My father took me down to see the Yankees play, I believe in 1930. That'd be about 80 years ago.
Okay.
And they had a great team then. And from then on, I was lucky. My father was interested in baseball and other sports, and when the Yankees left town, we went over to the Polo Grounds. We saw the Giants play.
Yeah.
And we saw some great ball players with the Yankees. They had a marvelous team. Of course, they had Babe Ruth in right field, and Earl Coombs in center field, and Chapman in left field. They had Lou Gehrig at first base. They had Tony Lazzeri at second base. Mark Koenig was shortstop. And I don't know who the third baseman was. I came before Frankie Crosetti joined the Yankees in 1932, but I don't recall the fellow who preceded him. And Bill Dickey was the catcher, and Lefty Gomez was the pitcher. And the Yankees won that first game I saw 5-2. They only got 4 hits, but I remember that 3 of them were home runs. Lou Gehrig hit 1, Bill Dickey hit 1, and Tony Lazzeri hit 1. But it's amazing. I could remember a lot of detail about the first game I saw, but ask me about the second game, and I don't know at all. But even on the other side, with the Polo Grounds, they had some great ball players. They had Mel Ott, they had the great Carl Hubble. Fat Freddie Fitzsimmons was another pitcher. They also had Bill Terry. So New York was blessed with some really good teams at the time I was introduced to Major Baseball.
I went to a Mets game yesterday,
Yes.
and I think you remember more about a game you went to 80 years ago than I remember about the one I went to yesterday.
But don't ask me now. It's the first one that made the impression.
Yeah. Is that, I've been asking everybody for their favorite sports memory. Is that yours?
That's a close call. I was blessed my father took me down to see the Lou Gehrig's farewell and his famous speech.
Yeah.
And I also was there when Babe Ruth was there for his farewell. I was pretty sad because his voice was so bad at that time that you knew he wasn't long for this world. But those I think were the ones that stick out in my mind the most. I'm a little biased because I was a graduate of Columbia, and I came after Lou Gehrig. And Lou, of course, his father had died, and he was trying to get an education and become an engineer to support his mother. And since he lost his father, he generated a real close relationship to the dean of Columbia at that time. And if he had a problem, it was like a second father to him. So one day, Lou came into the dean's office and he said, I have a problem. I have this wonderful contract with the Yankees. And the dean got up and he closed the door. And he said, Lou, he said, I have always said your education comes first. He says, but in this case, you are so good at baseball. He said, I'll have to recommend that you sign the contract. And he closed the door. This was an article that appeared in Columbia alumni newsletter some years ago, but it did demonstrate he was very quite a ball player,
Yeah.
as it turned out to be, and perhaps he did make the right decision.